Good things with Fahkumram. His jab series, his down forward 1 series, the 3, his 3 kick is really long. What else? We'll come back to all of this. Make sure I cover everything. Yeah, all these 3 series are really good, especially this 3-4. Look how much damage that is. That's a counter hit, natural. We'll cover that. Lots of combo starters there. I don't like the 4. 4 is okay. We'll start with that. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, we'll start with punishers. So, Fahkumram is really strong at punishment. So, his 10 frame punish is 1-4. That's the 10 frame punish. It also wall splats. Let's turn counter hit off. You can do 1-2, but way less damage. If you can remember to do this one, so much better. And you get the screw plus 16, which means you can go for a guaranteed follow-up. Down forward 1, they can't. If they try to swing, they're going to get hit. Maybe like a 1-4 into forward 2, forward 3-2-4. This is a really good string. For 12 frames, we have forward 2-1, which knocks down and also wall splats. Let's see where I find it here. I'm just going to hide this while I talk about the punishers. For 13 frames, you have down forward 1-2, which is natural. 12 frame punish does more damage, but it's good to keep this in mind because his down forward 1 series is really good on offense actually. For 14 frames, we have a couple of things. We have 2 moves. We have back 1, which leads to a guaranteed follow-up. That's back 1 into forward 2-1. This move is punishable at -15, so don't spam it. You could get launched by some people. You can also do another 14 frame punish, which is back 2-1. This actually leads to a charge up to one of his charge ups. So if you just do back 2-1 and hold the 1, you will charge up. And if they're at the wall, you get a free wall. You can also do back 2-3, which is natural. That is natural on hit, 14 frames. Way less damage than this, I think, right? Oh yeah, so much less damage, but still pretty cool. Keep in mind, it's a really long crouch. You could probably do this to sidestep. Oh, you testing Streamlabs stuff? Roar me out setting up stuff for me. So, 15 frames. You get a good launch in down forward 2-3. You could also do down forward 2-1, but I mean, if you're going to punish, go for that launch. So down forward 2-1, which leads to a good combo. Easy to do. As I dropped it. Dropped it again. You get the idea, huh? Wow, dropped it. Anyway, that's also a great whiff punish. It has okay range, doesn't have the best range. You saw there it was like, what, 2.3 meters? Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, about 2.4. But you can miss bad with this if you don't get the spacing right. So, in terms of good whiff punishes from far away, actually back 1 hits pretty far. I think it hits farther than down forward 2-3. Yeah, see how that missed? That's also a mid-high, so they could duck that. But from almost 3, this back 1 hits for whiff punish. So close. There we go. About 2.7. Another great whiff punish is forward 1+2. It's only -14. So this is -15 back 1. But this hits from farther away. And again leads to a nice combo. So those are your punishes. He has punishes for everything. Oh, while standing is Raw Rising 4, which is just pretty normal. Okay, damage. He also has, let's go check it out. We check these out in the move list. So Raw Rising 4. What else? This is 13 frame Raw Rising. 1-2. Pretty good. You can also do this with full crouch mix-up, so he has a full crouch sweep. You can go like that, and it's actually safe. It's mid-high, but at least if they duck, you'll clip them for more. You can keep the vortex going. Next up, he has Wall Rising 2-4, and the purpose of this is I don't really think because for punishes for launching, he has a Wall Rising 3, which is 15 frames. The only purpose is this gives him access to those weird charge ups from crouch. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, basic Wall Rising 4, Wall Rising 1-2, and Wall Rising 3 for launch. That's what he's got. So in terms of neutral Fahkumram, what you want to do is keep it really basic. He's a string heavy character, so you want to be really selective about your strings. When you're in the neutral away from the wall, you want to cut the string short, which kind of limits his potential. But as people get better and better defending Fahkumram, as you play them more, they're going to catch on to some strings. So it's better for you to just, like he has 1-2, 1-4, which I really love. You can, thanks for the follow, Flame War. Thank you. So basically, where was I? You don't want to do the strings in the neutral. Like, as I say, this is actually a string you actually want to try to do in the neutral. It's only -11. But the point being is that things like the punch series, so 1-2-1, that's a high mid safe 3 hits. That's really rare, and that's really good for him because then he has that combo. I think you can delay that too. You can delay that last. You can delay the square. That's crazy. So that's actually really good. I don't really mess with any of these other punch one string series punches, but if you want to look into those, you can. He can do the charge ups from here, which I'm sure is valuable. I just never had the need to do it because I always access it from the 3. Another thing you want to do in neutral is down forward 1. So, like I said, his 13 frame punish down forward 1-2 is natural. So in the neutral, you want to spam a lot of down forward 1. So down forward 1 sidestep. Mashimas are weak to the left, so I would down forward 1 sidestep block. He actually has a really good sidestep, so you don't really need to do like a big sidewalk unless you're trying to sidewalk something. So you can just block. Down forward 1 sidestep block. Like that sometimes is just enough. So what you're looking for is block. They might whiff, or they could do something punishable, and then you do down forward 2, 3 to launch them. Another thing you want to do for the down 1 series is down forward 1-2, because they can duck it. Can you just lower the volume on yours a little bit? Confusing for me. They can duck it, but because he has so many good follow-ups from the down forward 1, people end up not really truly knowing how to deal with it. A lot of people say that, you know, people are going to figure this out. I catch everybody. I spam these, especially at the wall. In neutral, you set these up by just doing 1 and down forward 1-2, so they know to duck. And once you get to the wall, you start doing this stuff. So he has down forward 1-2-1, which is a safe mid that will wall splat. There's really no point for you to do this in the open, in my opinion, though. That's why I say down forward 1-2 to train them, down forward 1, down forward 1-2 to train them, and then when you get to the wall, you start doing these extensions. This is the bound move. Do not do this move. It's -13. Just don't do it. But it does lead to some extensions. So you can do down forward 4-1, which leads to this elbow, which is 0 on block, which is amazing, and it puts them in crouch. So these are all the things you want to do at the wall. This is why you want to set up this down forward 1 in the neutral. It actually tracks to his weak side. I think a lot of people are stepping Fahkumram to the right, so you can actually... I think this might track to the right. I'm not going to test it right now. I'm just trying to go through this quickly. He also has access to a hell sweep from these cancels, so down forward 1, 4, 3, 2, which is super annoying to deal with. Again, The reason you want to spam just this in the neutral is because this is reactable. People do react to this. This one is harder to react to, down forward 1, 2, 1. Harder to react to, but I have seen people react to this, and what they do is they just, if they have a generic down forward 2, they could launch you, they could sidestep. But at the wall, when you're pressuring them, as we go through this guide, you're going to see why this becomes valuable, especially at the wall. More things you want to do in the neutral are his 3 series. I love his 3 series. They're so good. The passive. He has a series of moves from just his kick. So he has 3-4 in the move menu, which is -12 on block. But if you get a counter hit with this, you get a guaranteed follow-up for 62 damage off a 13 frame mid that hits from really far away. Let's see how far away this hits. I mean, that hit from over 3. Over 3. Look at the distance from opponent. That was like above 3 before. Yeah, just about 3. So what you can do is abuse down forward 1 up close, get away, work in with this 3. So you saw what I just did there. I'll do forward, neutral, 3. So as you get farther and farther away, it's such a long keep out tool that if you just add a forward to it, it will turn into a really long extension keep out tool. This is an excellent keep out tool. What you can build off of this 3 is 3 into down forward 1, or 3 into down forward 3. Down forward 3 is, to me, in my opinion, his best low, because it's his least risky low. It's only -12. For instance, we have down forward 4, -16. Down back 4, which is essential, but it's -14. That's not that bad either. How about this one? Down 3. Down 3 is -16. I think the only follow-up is a high. So you see, so many of his lows are launch punishable at -16, and some characters can do -14. So what I like to do is spam the 3 from deep, go in with the down forward 3. If they block it, you're only -12. Now, what they'll try to do is they'll try to interrupt. So if they're interrupting you from the 3 into the down forward 3, all you have to do, all that means is now you're going to get the 3-4 counter hit. So they're going to eat 62 damage for trying to interrupt this sequence. So you could do 3 to back away, 3 to down forward 1, 3 to down forward 3, 3 to sidestep, 3 to sidestep, stuff like that. 3 to sidestep, get away, try to set up the whiff for the down forward 2, 3. And again, this 3 series, I can't stress it enough. This combo is a little tricky to do. It's just 3-4, forward 2-1. There's a weird timing to it. You'll see when you try it out. But on top of that, he has more things in his 3 series. So he has this 3-4-3, which is a safe mid extension, unlike 3-4. So definitely work this in. And then also, if you hold it, it turns into that unblockable charge, which will wall splat at the wall. So as long as you're abusing these, what you want to do is abuse these, make them freeze with 3-4 and get that counter hit. Make them freeze, and then what that allows you to do is now go into 3-4-4, right? So here's another extension, 3-4-4, which is high. It's a high, but it tracks. You see it's homing. You see the icon in the top right corner. It tracks. So this is really good. This is all off the 3. So you're doing all this spam. They're gonna have to give you. They're gonna have to decide to give you this, or decide when and when not they want to block, when and when not they want to duck. So they might, for instance, they might deal with this 3 into down forward 3 just by blocking low. So if you notice that they start blocking low, that's when you go into 3-4-3. This one right here. Or you go into 3-4-4 if they're not doing anything. If their defense is really good, because this will start putting some pressure on them. You get +6. They're kind of far away, so you can't do much with it. You could try. See how the 3 misses? You're just out of range, so you can follow up with a down forward 3 from there. But this is really essential, because when you train them in the neutral with this, they will give you the charge up at the wall. Will get to the wall stuff later. I'll switch stages. What else do we like? Down forward 3 recovered. Oh, this is a really important series too. This forward 2-4 minus 12, but this is really good because on counter hit, this actually has a lot of range too. On counter hit, you get a full combo. I don't know the optimized combo. So, oh wow, was that actually, do you get this too? Wow, so you can get, so the thing about this too is it has these chargeable follow-ups. So you saw on counter hit, if you go for the forward 3-2-4-4 and you connect the counter hit, you get a combo as well. And it's also, it is plus on hit, just like the 3 series. Same thing. And it has, again, it has a lot of range. It doesn't have as much range as the 3, but I catch a lot of people with this. Do take notice that forward 3-2-1, forward 3-2-4 is minus 12, and so is forward 3-2. So again, it's the same concept. It's the same concept as a 3 into 3-4. You could do forward 3-2 into a down forward 3, forward 3-2 into a duck spin. Oop, I didn't do it. Forward 3-2 into this duck hell sweep. I keep messing it up. Duck. Down forward 3-2 from crouch for the hell sweep. And what they're going to start doing is they're going to start letting you finish this string. They're going to start waiting for extension. So even if you do the forward 3-2-4 looking for the counter hit and you don't get it, a lot of people online will just simply not block you. Don't spam it too much, but it's like you throw it in there once per round. It's a great mix-up. And the fact that you have these follow-ups. So again, at the wall, this becomes imperative. When you get forward 3-2, forward 3-2-4-3 and hold it, that's another series you're going to get where they let you get that off. So very good. And again, you get a full counter hit combo on the hit. What else? Neutral. I'm still talking about neutral. I don't want to talk about range yet because he's a little different at range. Since I'm finishing up on neutral, I just want to say that I think he actually is pretty terrible in the neutral. Oh, that's the other move I wanted to tell you about before I move on. So, he has, I want to show you one legit thing and one cheap thing. So, this back forward 4. It's a slowish, but not too slow, 18 frame high that is +6 on block and forces them into an animation on guard. So this is how you use this, in my opinion. It actually has a lot of range, so you could fish for it when you're out here, just below that 3 range. So how I like to use this is I'll do like a 3 or a jab right into it. So I'll go jab right into it. And if they aren't respecting me, so if I go for a jab and go for it and get interrupted, right, now we're putting all this neutral game together. So I'm going for jab and I go for it. They're either ducking or they're interrupting me. What you can do is start finishing your strings a little bit. So what if we want to do the 1 string and they're interrupting me, we'll go 1-2-1, maybe finish the 4, 1-2-1 to be safe, into it, and you cause a lot of hesitation and confusion. Up close, he's really not that good, in my opinion. I get rushed down. Any character that does a good rush down, Lucky Chloe, Nina, Warong, or any person who's just mashing a lot of buttons, and they're really good at it, they're proficient at mashing their buttons and just keeping the pressure up, they're going to get to you. So you want to create hesitation. So things like down forward 1, especially on hit, like +8, that comes out at 10 frames. Well, technically, no, it'd be like 19 frames, accounting for the back forward motion. So imagine this. Use a down forward 1 on hit. Follow up with that. You're really going to lock them down. If they start ducking, you can follow up because I think this is natural. You could go into something else, mix it in. But definitely try to use this. I've landed it at range too. But I really enjoy doing it. So again, you could do something like this. Forward 3-2, right? Into the back forward 4. if they're not respecting you, just finish your string, and you might get a counter hit on that last hit. See that? Oh, so again, scenario: forward 3-2 into it. If they're not letting you get it and they want to interrupt, just finish your string. And if you get that counter hit, you get that free follow-up. Same as the 3-4 follow-up. I just learned that now with you guys. That's great. I just learned something new. That last hit is that knockdown. So I really like this move. I know it's 18 frames, but I really love it up close because it plays right into his style. They block it. +6, go for that down forward 3, right? Again, they block it and they block low. Go for that 3. All these moves: down forward 1, 3, back forward 1, the jab series, more 3s, 3. All that stuff starts connecting together. Down forward 2, down forward 3. You'll see. You create hesitation and interrupt them and cause a counter hit. That's how you want to play that neutral. Otherwise, you're trying to get away. You're trying to get to range, because I think Fahkumram is actually better at range. He's absolutely devastating at the wall, but he's really good at range. So, what do we do from range? This character has the worst tracking I've seen in a long time. So, for instance, you really don't have to step hard to get rid of this move, but I'll show you what I mean. I'll do double Fahkumram to get my point across. So his tracking's terrible, which I'm going to demonstrate, but he has good stuff to make people stop stepping. He really has one move, really. So, how do we make them stop stepping? So here, let's set this up. So we're going to set this to repeat action. I'll show you what I mean. Let's record a series. Let's go 3 into 3-4, right? Something I might do in online. You see how easily I step that? Like, I'm barely stepping. Look how short my step is. He's so steppable. And that goes for range too, because he has awesome moves at range. So let's start going through those. We'll go through his rangey moves. So at range, forward 1+2 is awesome. And that is... try to bring it up here. I mean, this hits from like Julia lashing hour range. This is 3. Like just a little over 3, you're gonna get this. 3.10. Look how far the hits. The problem is it's super freaking linear. You could step this very easily. What else does he have from range? Again, actually from range too. Again, like I said, I can't stress this enough. Just dash up and do a 3. Look how far away it was. I just dashed up and I did a 3. Dashed up, neutral, and did a 3. Be careful. You want to practice this. Forward, forward, stop, 3. But as fast as you can with this little pause in between as you can make it. Forward, forward, 3. Because if you do it too fast, you're going to get forward, forward, 3. Which again, this is +5 on block. Like, this move is trash. This is so... again, it's... you micro step and you get past it. You micro step block and you're going to get whiff punished. So again, I can't... forward, forward, 3. And this will help track a little bit. So let's demonstrate that. Let's demonstrate. Adding that forward, forward helps the tracking. So let's see. What's a good example? I know. So we'll do up, forward, 4 into... we'll do up, forward, 4 into 3. And I'll block it. See how that looks. So it's kind of a lock. You kind of get locked down. You see that? I can't even backdash out of that. Let's see. So I'm having trouble. The reason I set this up, I'm doing up, forward, 4 to give me pushback, and then I'm going to try and backdash. So I just, at tip range, you let me do it. So you can just get out of it. Or, let's see. Let's try and sidestep now. So again, that's sidesteppable. So let's try it like this. This isn't something you do, but I'm just trying to demonstrate how that forward helps his tracking. You see that? Now you can still sidewalk. Oh, look, I'm sidewalking. Sidewalk, and it tracks me. See that? Adding that forward makes it track. You have to time. You can still sidestep it, but you really have to time it. You have to wait at the till the last second, like that. If I immediately start sidestepping after that hit, if I immediately start sidestepping or sidewalking, I'm gonna get blocked. It's gonna reach me. So I cannot stress the importance of forward neutral 3. That is like his best like keep out range move. Second best keep out range move. So you want to do that for range forward plus 2. He has this Whiff Punish from range, which I talked about earlier. This is back one's kind of rangy. So what else does he have? Just want to detail a few more things before I go into my favorite stuff. Back 4. Back 4 is pretty good from range. So this back 3. I'm sorry. Back 3 is good from range. It's a homing high. Comes out at 16 frames pretty fast. I think just under 3 range. Oh, actually, yeah, 3 range. Over 3 range. Yeah, over 3 range. Looks like. It's like easily going to 3. At least 3 range. Yeah, 3.14. I saw it before I did it. And this actually will give you a combo on counter hit. FYI, I'm not really going to go over combos in this video, but just know that you can do combos from that. So great move from range and his homing. Another great move that he has, again his tracking is poor, is forward 4, which is homing. This is an interesting move because it has some extensions and it technically is punishable. But I think this can only be punished at the wall. So this is minus 13. But you can't reach it. The pushback is so great, you'll never reach it. So let's test it out again. You just can't reach him. I mean, my 3 can reach him, but this is like, that is outside the norm, I don't think. And then I think, oh, you know, I think you could block that. That's not natural, so just hold back to simulate that. There, I missed him too at tip range. I'm missing him when you place it far away. Look, I can't even reach him with the 3. When it's up close, now I reach him. But you can't do anything. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to punish this really. So that's a great move because it does track and it's technically safe, and it creates like a pushback situation. So forward 4. Just be careful because I do, like I go to put this move, you really have to put it out there. It is kind of slow at 22. You really have to extend that forward. Like you have to do forward hold for it to reach its max range. And I whiff this a lot more than I like to admit. I wish I landed this more. I still do this a lot because it's very important. You can get if they start a move in the air, there are situations where this will cause a combo and hit too, so you have to do it, but it's not ultimate. None of these things are ultimate really, except maybe forward 3. And the cool thing about forward 4 though is, continuing, it has these extensions which are really awesome. So he has a hell sweep from here which hits from forever, so you could start that from like 5. No more than 6. I mean, like, look, that's how far you go. So you imagine a situation where let's do this. Even that's like not far enough. Let's see. Boom. That's how you want to use that type of move. However, a lot of people are on the lookout for that. It comes out super slow. It says 19 frames, but look at all those frames that he has to cancel through to get to that. So that's why I really like this one. Forward, forward, 3, forward, forward, 4, 1. It is 0 on block. Supposed to block. Boom. 0 on block. So you can go into a, and it puts them in crouch. So you go into a down forward 1 follow up. That's a great trap. Same as this, same as the down forward 1 cancel. So that's the range. So that's pretty much it. I just want to detail how it comes together at the wall, and there's actually some different things that come into play at the wall. For example, he has a low down back forward that gives him +5 on hit, but the pushback, the reward isn't there. So that's why I like down forward 3 more, even though it's -1 on hit, because it sets up sidestep opportunities. But down back forward at the wall, you'll see what I'm saying just as soon as this loads. It really traps them, and it adds like a whole new dimension. Because everybody's thinking about his charge ups, nobody's really thinking about down back 4 until you start doing it. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's down back 4. So +5 on hit, but they're far away. So it's kind of hard to do stuff. You can go, look, see? Especially at tip range, my 3 doesn't reach. Look at that. At tip range, none of my stuff reaches. However, if we go to the wall, be at the wall. Perfect. So we're at the wall. Your +5 with nowhere to go. So you take all those charge ups. You take all that stuff into account. All the pressures, all the down forward 1 pressures he has. Thanks for me out. All these, this is where, remember I told you you want to spam the down forward 1 in neutral? When you have him at the wall, this is how I like to think of it. It's a 50-50 between a down back 4 and a down forward 1. So let's say you get them on a combo, they're getting up. Look at that. You're actually +8 on a down forward 1. So say they duck to block that down forward 4. +8 for a command grab at the wall. So these are the moves you want to do at the wall. Down back 4. The down forward 1 series. Down forward 2, 1 is a wall splat. So you do something like this. And then you when they're on the ground like that, just keep going. Just keep going. Right? So now that was the wrong follow-up. Let's do that again. That wall combo, now they have to guess between down forward 1 and down back 1. So what else do we want to do? Down forward 1, 2, 1. Go for down forward. Fuck it, go for the hell sweeps too. Do it, just do it at the wall. You want to go for down forward 2, 1. Down forward 1, 2. Actually, it doesn't wall splat, but sometimes I do it here as people spam. It's a good spam stopper. And again, so what you do off of these moves now that you set them up are a couple things. Oh, before I get into that, one more thing you want to do at the wall. The 3 series, this 3, 4, 4 to that plus. Oh, so screwed at the wall. Or just go for the charge up. So that is 3, 4, 3. Hold the 3. 3, 4, 3. 58 damage off that general wall combo. That is back 4, 3, 2. So back 3, 2. Very easy. And don't forget you can also do forward 3, 2, 1. Same thing. Forward 3, 2, 1, 4, 4. Forward 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, I think. Yeah, charge it. The wall combo. Bah. Let's see what happens when this counter hits though. Oh, Jesus Christ. So funny enough, when you get the counter hit, you'll miss. You're gonna miss all that stuff. But if you land the 4, if you land the last 4, you get a wall splat. Alright, so that's what you want to do with the wall. So, one more thing. Now, the last thing you want to do, the reason we're doing all this is to freeze your opponent at the wall, because the most deadly thing you can do to them is this grab at the wall. This down forward 1+2 command grab is crack at the wall. If you haven't heard by now, the thing about this down forward 1+2 command grab, when Fahkumram, he is just released, the thing with this command grab is that it's actually harder to break than other command grabs. There are less frame windows. You have 14 frames to break it, whereas other command grabs you have 20. So a lot of people just won't break this at the wall, and it wall splats them. 72 damage. That's why you're doing all this stuff. That's why. So let's kind of encapsulate this now that we've gone over all that type of stuff. We're spamming down 4-1s in neutral. We are giving them delayed strings. We're not showing them everything in neutral. We're trying to get away. We're trying to get away to set up whiffs. We're trying to get away to set up whiffs that push them to the wall. And once you get them to the wall, you run up and start doing plus frames. Down back 1, down forward 1, jab. So down forward 1 into jab, down back 4 into plus frames. Lock them down, jab, command grab. And then, again, so neutral, down forward 1, down forward 3, things like that. Jabs, try to sidestep, 3. Maybe go for 3 knockdowns, if you can get them. And then once you get them to that wall, that's where it becomes on. You get to range, use your strengths to get them to the wall. I hate that wall combo, just it switches sides. That's the worst thing. Once you get them to the wall, that's where the pressure starts. This. Hell sweep to make them freeze. Down forward 1, 2. Don't forget about this too. Down forward 1, 4, 1. All these things. Jab into command grab. All that stuff it all links together. You're not showing them all your strings in neutral. You're trying to get away and back them to the wall with your great space control moves. And then once you get to the wall, you unleash your strings. A cool thing to notice too about the charge up strings, they will actually wall stun from far away. So we're not totally at the wall. Perfect. See that? Don't get them. This two back. He has a bunch of wall charges. I'm not going to go over them, but there's a ton. Just go looking for them. See how far away we are with the back 2-1? This is another charge up. You get the wall splat from here. You don't get as much damage from that, but it is what it is. They probably scaled the damage because they know everybody's going to do that one. And that's the general idea of Fahkumram. Neutral, broken strings, hesitation, try and whiff punish, get away, use your space control, and back them to the wall. And once you back them to the wall, go for plus frames, start completing strings, and go for some charge ups. And look for that command grab, because the command grab is like the best thing you can do. And it's just harder to break. That's the best thing you can do. I think the last thing I'll impart you with is a few tidbits about raise drive follow-ups. You should know this. Set the counter hit. So Fahkumram has this counter hit knockdown like this. That whenever you see this counter hit knockdown, you get a rage drive follow-up. You can actually walk up and do the rage drive. This will actually break the floor too. You can't just do it. You have to go forward first. So get the counter and knockdown. Go forward. You see how I press forward? So So I like double tap forward and then I did the raise drive. What else did you do? Back one will give you that. There was something else that gives you that. We just saw it earlier. I think it was this. So you should be aware of that. And that also plays into everything I've told you, right? You're fishing for counter hits. Boom. So once you get that 3-4 counter hit I told you about, raise drive. Once you use this string properly, make them freeze, raise drive. Counter hit, raise drive. Blocked it. Look, we're at the wall. Boom. I mean, dead. That's the round. That's the comeback. And he re-wall splatted for more damage there. That's crazy. So that was the Fahkumram quick guide. I made it as quick as I could. Hopefully it helps you. If anything, just remember, neutral. Don't finish your strings. Try and get away. Space control, space control, space control into the wall. Go for strings and plus frames at the wall. I'm actually going to play some games now. Be right back.